Bali is known by many as the Indonesian paradise, where visitors are able to enjoy forested volcanic mountains, iconic rice paddies, and of course, flourishing beaches. But since the tropical island has become oversaturated by tourists over the past couple of years, there is no doubt that more enjoyment can be found in the island's hidden gems. Where are the secret spots that tourists tend to stay away from though? And what can you fill your time with while exploring these pieces of heaven? Well, whether you're in the process of planning a trip to the tropical paradise, or you just want to know as much as you can about the island, stay right where you are, as we're about to take a look at the greatest and most secretive spots that Bali has to offer. So strap yourselves in and get ready for a trip that you'll always remember, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure that you leave a like on the video and subscribe to our channel, as well as hitting the post notification bell so you never miss an update from us. Les Village. Although a sustainable ecotourism project was launched in the small area of Les Village a short time ago, it needs to be said that it still remains the seclusion and enjoyability of undiscovered Bali. Visitors of Les Village will be impressed by the area's farmers getting up at the crack of dawn to be able to farm salt from the empty coast, giving off a feeling of peace and serenity to all those around them. And if relaxation is more your style, then there's no better place to be than the seriously underrated Yamapa waterfall, which has been tucked away in the hillside as if to be kept hidden from those who might crowd it. The short hike up to the waterfall is pleasant and can be completed by a level 0 hiker, so don't be afraid to make the trip yourself. You'll definitely not regret it. The jungles which surround the area are also bursting with butterflies and blooming flowers that make for some photogenic content if that's what you're looking for. And if you end up talking to the locals, they will tell you all about the need to take your shoes off when you get to the shallow river near the Yamapa waterfall. The surrounding area makes for a great place for a little bit of meditation, which is why most people head over to Bali in the first place. So don't be afraid to branch out if the situation calls for it. Ocean lovers will also fall in love with Les Village, which comes packed with rich volcanic waters that offer incredible snorkeling and diving opportunities. It does need to be said that Tombolan is only a 40-minute drive from the area, which is considered to be one of the greatest diving opportunities in the entire world. You'll also come into contact with a few locals who are working on a very promising reef restoration project that brings with it an adorable baby coral farm. So don't be afraid to take a picture and post it on Instagram, using the opportunity to hashtag about the importance of the project to the ecosystem. Last but certainly not least, there are quite a few high-quality diving resorts within Les Village, which is perfect for the ocean lovers that are in need of some luxury. But if you're diving on a budget, it's also possible to rent equipment with a local guide by the name of Gombal. Since Gombal has been fishing in the area since the majority of us were children, there is no doubt that you'll be in good hands and discover some of the best schools of fish around. Bayou Beach. Take a walk along the Ahmed Beach and you will find more than a few tourists sunbathing the day away. In fact, since this is one of the most popular beaches on the island, people tend to congregate here when the sun is high in the sky. But walk a little further north for about 1 kilometer and you will find a hidden gem by the name of Bayou Beach, which is far more secluded. Take the opportunity to go for a leisurely stroll across the silky smooth sand and relax by watching the crashing waves without being interrupted by the shrieks of children. That is what Bayou Beach is all about after all. You'll even find that the volcanic island sand is soft and feels hot against the underside of your feet. Better yet, it sparkles brilliantly in the sunlight and makes for an incredible picture to take that everyone who stays at home jealous of what you're doing. And if you're smart enough to bring a snorkel of your own, the perfect way to cool off is to head over to the waves and wade on it until the water calms down. Then you'll end up finding some immaculately preserved coral reefs and a number of different species of aquatic animals. The beach is also backed by an impressive hillside with a gentle stream trickling down from the valley beyond the sea. It is an absolute paradise. Bayou Beach is also considered to be the place if you want to be able to bear witness to traditional Malasti ceremonies. If so, make sure to attend to the area at either dusk or dawn, as you might be able to bear witness to a Balinese beach cremation. If not, you are still going to be treated to one of the most incredible sunsets or sunrises that you've ever seen, which against the black volcanic sand looks otherworldly. And if you're lucky enough to see a traditional ritual being performed, please be respectful and keep your distance. It might be better to wait for the ceremony to end before you investigate what's just been left behind by the locals. If so, you're a fan of bizarre offerings, definitely keep an eye out. The Guangkawi Water Temple. Other than being the home of meditation and relaxation, it's the temples of Bali that people come from all over to visit, especially since they are some of the most beautiful in all of Southeast Asia. A temple which does often go unnoticed, though, is the Guangkawi Water Temple, which is surprising considering how serene it is. The lush green gardens and intricate water complex of the temple in Sabatu makes it one of the most gorgeous places of worship in Bali. You will also find the small village of Sabatu, which is nestled at the bottom of the valley along the winding back streets of northern Ubud. So feel free to stay in the village and follow some locals on their way to worship. And who knows, they may even allow you to accompany them to the walled spring bathing area, which is brimming with lily pads and other scents of peaceful rest. If you are somebody that likes to travel by bike, there is quite a few scenic routes surrounding the Guangkawi Water Temple as well. If not, you could always take a rather steep stroll up the hill and treat yourself to a sunset or sunrise over the bustling village below. The same can be said from the grounds of the temple itself, but since the temple is so tranquil, you won't even want to take your camera out to snap pics. The peacefulness of the temple is, simply put, just too relaxing to disturb, after all. The Golden Valley of Waterfalls. The region of Gobleg is by far one of the least visited areas within Bali and comes packed with some of the greatest sights, which include the Golden Valley of Waterfalls. What is this Golden Valley though? Well, essentially it is nothing more than a chain of waterfalls that include Labuhan Kibo, Melanting, and Munduk, which are all connected to one another by a number of paths and hiking trails which travel through beautiful forests and fields of colorful flowers. So, if hiking is something that you think you'd enjoy, don't miss out on one of the most exciting and scenic experiences of your life. Gobleg is also surrounded by Bali's famous twin lakes, known to the locals as Lake Tambalangan and Danu Boyan. The two crater-like area offers an incredible view. It consists of more hiking trails, along with calming boat trips over the vast waters of either lake. You'll also find the charming village of Munduk hidden away on your trek, which is a great place to stop and have some local lunch. Better yet, stay a few nights and embrace the natural beauty of the area, becoming one of the locals yourself. Lastly, if you're more of a mechanical person, rent some motorbikes and explore the larger area of the Gobleg for yourself. You will find way more hidden areas the farther you go in, each one more beautiful and awe-inspiring than the last. Sideman Village. If you choose Bali as a destination because you're interested in watching how the locals survive in the rural, less explored regions, then Sideman Village is for you. Nestled between the popular Beshaki Temple and Kulakong, this area offers everything from layers of rice paddies to panoramic hills basking underneath the great Ongung Mountains. The entirety of the area is also surrounded by dense forested areas, which give you a feeling of seclusion that you won't really experience anywhere else on the island. What makes Sideman Village such an incredible experience is the locals that inhabit it. So, take a moment to talk to whoever you can, mingle with the kids, farming communities, and local craftsmen, and listen to the incredible stories they have. This is an experience that not many people get to have, and will set your holiday apart from any of those that your friends have participated in. It's also a great place to stay if you're looking for a place to relax and meditate, with the jungle pit stop bridges making for some incredible photographs that scream Instagram. The Hidden Canyon. With hidden in its name, there's no doubt that the Hidden Canyon, known by the locals as Beiji Guang, is a place that you'll want to explore away from the prying eyes of overseas visitors. What is it, you may ask? Well, think of it like a rugged ravine that's been swallowed up by the Sukawati jungle. This hidden area offers an interpreted 2 or 3 hour trail which travels along the river Ouse. And since this trip can be incredibly dangerous if you decide to do it on your own, think twice and maybe take a guide with you. At least this way you'll be safe and hear about the historical significance of the Hidden Canyon itself. This is especially true when you're exploring the area in the rainy season, as even those experienced in bouldering might have some trouble with the path in these circumstances. Bayu Wana Amaritha Waterfall. Last but certainly not least, we have the Bayu Wana Amaritha Waterfall, which looks familiar to the type of waterfall you'd find in a movie. Colorful flowers reflected by the cascading waters of the rock above, there is nothing more beautiful than this sight. In fact, we think we're going to have to leave it at that, as we wouldn't want to spoil the sights too much. It might just ruin your experience. So, are you going to be visiting any of these hidden gems soon? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as well as hitting the post notification bell so you can keep up to date with more stuff we put out there. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.